It may not be known by all that there is a park which covers around 2,200 square kilometers, although it only accounts for 0.3% of China's land area. It is one of the last protective habitats for giant pandas. It is the Giant Panda National Park. This wild area is an isolated park where mountains, ravines, and primeval forests block out the sun. Additionally, it is a vibrant park, inhabited by over 116 species of wild animals and 35 species of plants, all of which are under special taste protection, making the Giant Panda National Park a true haven for wildlife. Are you ready? Follow me through the mist, peer over the rugged mountains, fly over the mighty valleys, and get close to the surging rivers. Let's start our trip to the Giant Panda National Park. Our first stop is at Wanlong National Nature Reserve in the Giant Panda National Park. Even though it is October, Wanlong National Nature Reserve is already covered with snow, making it a winter wonderland. With the snowfall, flowers wilt away until next year, while tall cedars remain evergreen. The forest appears to have transformed into a giant white heart. Under the ice and snow, different fungal and moss plants are still tenaciously growing. The gurgling stream is a beautiful musical accompaniment in the winter forests. In comparison to the secluded, icy winter of Wanlong National Nature Reserve, our second stop in the Giant Panda National Park, Tangjiahe National Nature Reserve seems bursting with vitality. Late autumn has transformed and filled Tangjiahe National Nature Reserve with vibrant colors. Walking through the forest, your senses would be immersed by all the rich colors. The dense trees, their branches overlapping like a giant open umbrella, keep the piercingly cold out of the shade. In this genetic bank of wild animals and plants, we will encounter unruly plants as well, fierce predators and prey. Some of the wild animal superstars here include the Tibetan macaque, Chinese muntjac, and tekens. They meander through the forest in herds, pairs, or alone. You see, that teken in the distance, it keeps staring at us. While the greater hawk badger simply ignores us and forages by itself. After the golden colors of Tangjiahe National Nature Reserve, our third stop in Giant Panda National Park is the renowned Wanlong National Nature Reserve. On May 25, 2019, an infrared camera placed at the altitude of 2,000 meters captured unprecedented photographies of a rare albino giant panda. The panda had the distinctive albino markings, white fur all over his body, and reddish eyes. 2 years afterwards, infrared cameras once again captured moving image of the albino panda. The panda walked with a steady gait. His strong boat swing as it walked, indicating it was in good physical condition. In 2015, infrared cameras also photographed snow leopards for the first time in this habitat. 2 years following, 4 snow leopards were photographed 2 times in one picture by infrared cameras. The snow leopards photographed had long, fluffy tails and eyes that shone in the dark. Then, just as quietly as they appeared, they turned around and disappeared into the darkness. Giant pandas are like the hermits of the bamboo forests, whereas snow leopards are similar to the kings and queens of the snowy mountains. Together with our wild animals and plants, they inhabit this land of biodiversity. Traveling a long distance south from Wanlong National Nature Reserve, we arrive at Fangtongjai National Nature Reserve in the Giant Panda National Park. This location was where the giant panda was first scientifically discovered, making it the type locality for giant pandas. It truly lives up to its reputation as the giant panda's hometown. Over 150 years ago, French priest and zoologist Armand David recorded his sightings of a live wild giant panda and collected a dead specimen that he sent back to France. At that time, the giant panda received his scientific name. Besides giant pandas, we can also observe the iridescent Chinese mono in this habitat. They are aptly called the rainbows of Sichuan's mountains. The Chinese mono is a rare bird that is endemic to China. It is often perceived as giant panda of birds due to how elusive it is. On the International Union for Conservation of Nature (IUCN) Red List, the Chinese mono is listed as vulnerable and is placed under national first-class protection in China. This pheasant's nickname, the rainbows of Sichuan's mountains, comes from its colorful feathers, which highlights different parts of its physical structure, especially under sunlight. They are so beautiful and colorful. Thanks to over 30 years of protection, the Chinese mono population is steadily increasing, so the dazzling rainbows of Sichuan's mountains continues to shine. Our next stop after Fengtou Jai National Nature Reserve is Liziping National Nature Reserve, located between the smaller Dashaoling Range and the famously colorful Shaoxiangling Range. This location is the southernmost point of the Giant Panda National Park. 9 giant pandas were successfully reintroduced into wild here. Giant panda Zhangxiang was born on August 20, 2011. China Conservation and Research Center for the Giant Panda provides captive-born panda cubs like Zhangxiang with the opportunity to learn survival skills and how to live independently from its mother. Following 2 years of wilderness training, Zhangxiang was released into the wild in Liziping National Nature Reserve on November 6, 2013. Since the panda's release, researchers have been analyzing its movements via GPS color and radio signal data. In April 2016, Zhangxiang began to move towards the adjacent local community, Shihuiyao, meaning that Zhangxiang successfully completed a migration between 2 relatively separate local communities, which is a breakthrough in reintroduction behavior. As Earth orbits the Sun, this single, small blue planet, circling in the vastness of space, is a solid home for hundreds of millions of creatures. The Giant Panda National Park protects the growth of all wild animals, plants, rivers, and land here, giving us an opportunity to be in harmony with nature's song. Icy glaciers stand out clearly against the stark blue sky. The dove tree seeds are dispersed far into the distance by the wind, and red fox is tracking a takin. Here in the Giant Panda National Park, everything takes root and grows to the surface. Everything flourishes in fascinating silence and peace.